All right, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 5-3. It's called Word Problems with Unknown Starts. So we don't know where we're starting with these word problems, so we just kind of have to figure it out. Naturally thinking about the Math Mountain. So let's go over some problems here. Asher made 15 friendship bracelets. 6 were pink and the rest were blue. How many blue bracelets did Asher make? All right, so here's a few of the equations that you could write with a variable. But first thing to do, let's get our Math Mountain. Okay, and I always do a triangle. I don't really necessarily have to do a triangle, but I like to do it. So 15 were made. It says Aisha made 15 friendship bracelets. 6 were pink, and how many? The rest were blue. Okay, so we'll put B there. So you could say 6 plus B equals 15. Knowing the Math Mountain here, you could say 15 minus 6 equals B. What else could you do? You could go 15 minus B equals 6. And of course you could do B plus 6 equals 15. So knowing all those, this is the easiest one that we could do because we have two numbers on one side of the equal. So if you know 15 minus 6, then you know it equals 9. So B would equal 9. So 9 blue bracelets. Okay? Another one. Faith had 13 stuffed animals. She gave some of them to her sister. Now Faith has 5 stuffed animals. How many did she give away? So she had 13. She gave some to her sister and is left with 5. So 13 minus S for some, or it's a variable, whatever we want to call it, equals 5. Okay, we also know, based on our Math Mountain, we can do 13 minus 5 equals S. So let's do that because we're able to, because we have 2 numbers and no variables on one side of the equal. So 13 minus 5 is 8. So S equals 8. So it would be 8 stuffed animals. All right, next one. Notice I'm doing drawings, I'm doing equations with variables, I'm doing whatever I can just to kind of expose you to the possibilities. Okay, next one. Wyatt has 32 granola bars. He plans to give some friends 4 bars each. How many friends will get a granola bar? All right, so if he plans on giving some friends 4 bars each, there's 2 ways you could do this. You could say B for bars times 4 equals 32. If we do our Math Mountain, we have B here, we have 4 there. Or you could do 32 divided by 4 equals B. So looking at this, you are able to tell that, okay, hey, I can do 32 divided by 4. So knowing that this is your Math Mountain, B times 4 equals 32. If you know your math facts well enough, you should be able to know, well, heck, I know 8 times 4 equals 32. So B equals 8. If you have to do drawings for 32 divided by 4, you could just give 4 people and then just divide 32 granola bars equally between the 4 people, and you'll end up with 8 in each. Alright, so that's that one. Let's get that out of the way. And that was multiplication division. So the next one is the pet shop had 28 swordtail fish. There are an equal number in 7 tanks. How many fish were in each tank? Okay, so we know there's 27. There's 7 in each tank. I'm sorry, there's 7 tanks, and we're missing how many in each tank. So let's name it fish. F for fish. So 28 divided by 7 equals F. Okay, we're going to go 28 divided by 7 because 28 fish are getting equally divided into 7 tanks. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks and equally disperse the 28 of them. And you will see there are 4 in each. Or, knowing your basic multiplication facts, you could say 7 times something gets me 28. Then you should be able to say, well, I know F would have to equal 4 because 7 times 4 is 28. All right, let's get this out of the way. Let's open up to your first page. Same type of thing. Add to. Excuse me. Unknown start. Greta puts some beads, we don't know where she started, on a string. Then she puts on 70 more beads. Now there are 130 beads on the string. How many beads did she put on the strings to start? Well, we know right now there are 130 beads. Okay, she put 70 on it. So if we had an equation, we would say B plus 70 more equals 130. That's what this is. So we can't do B plus 70 because we don't know B. You can't add an unknown number. But what we can do is we can subtract 130 and 70. We can subtract 70 from 130. That will give you 60. So put 60 here and see if that works. 60 plus 70 equals 130. That's correct. So B equals 130. I'm sorry. B equals 60. B equals 60 beads. Okay. Let me get that out of the way. Let's take a look at the next one. It says, Greta put some beads on the string. 70 of the beads fell off the string. 60 of the beads were still on the string. How many beads were there at first? Okay, well, this kind of ties into the family here. It says 70 beads fell off. So you know whatever it was minus 70. Okay? Wherever we started. 60 are still on. So equals 60. So how many beads were on at first? We don't know because you started with this many, 70 fell off, and ended with this many. So we ended with this many. So basically you could do 70 plus 60 to get you 130. So that would be 130 beads. Okay, I want you to work on the next two on your own when the lesson's over. I'm going to push this out of the way. Same type of stuff for this. I'm not going to mess with this too much because I think you should be able to figure this out based on subtraction and addition. So the next page, I think this is when it gets a little bit tougher. I think we're getting into multiplication and division. So number 7 says 8 cars, excuse me, 8 vans with the same number of students, and each van took 40 students to the science center. So 8 times x equals, I should probably not do x there because it looks like another multiplication sign. Let's do 8 times s equals 40. So how many students were in each van? So here is a situation equation of 8 times 40. That's a situation equation. That means an equation that has a variable in it. Okay? So your solution equation, and situation equation means that's kind of how we talk through it. 8 times s, even though you can't do 8 times s. A situation equation is when you rearrange it, such as, let's see, 40 is our total. 8's here, s is here. We can't do that situation equation down here. So we have to do a solution equation by taking one we can actually work out of 40 divided by 8 equals s. And if you know 40 divided by 8, if you know that, you should know that 40 divided by 8 equals 5. So 5 students. So I guess your situation equation is kind of how you thought through it in your head. And then however you solve it, your solution equation goes below it. You may have different ways to do it. I just did 40 divided by 8 equals, that should be an s there. So s equals 5 students. All right. So the next ones are very similar. The next one are very similar. I guess I can't pull that off, so I just embedded it on there. Darn it. So Fiona made some barrettes. She put 9 beads on each barrette. If she used 63 beads, how many barrettes did she make? Well, she used 63. She put 9 beads on each barrette. So it says she put 9 times B equals 63. So my solution equation would be 63 divided by 9 equals B. And for those of you who know your basic multiplication facts, 63 divided by 9 is 7. So B equals 7. Okay, so this would be your situation equation. This would be your solution equation with your answer B equals 7. So I want you to work on 9 and 10 on your own when you're done with the lesson. And then then there's a whole nother page here that we'll probably work at in small group, or we'll just work on throughout the week. A lot of work. There's a lot of content in this lesson. Don't think you have to have it all done today.